something that IG have also brought back. Coach Chris was a coach for them back in Season 6 and 7. Of course, was the coach for LGD when they won the split and went to Worlds.
So a bit more veterancy here on the roster of IG. They need strength. They're starting on the red side as we're still in patch 10.11, ladies and gentlemen. So 10.12, I'm sure, will progress shortly. But at this point, the same patch you know and love. You know what the priority picks are. And the LPL is not going to give one of them in the virus as usual.
I expect Suning to go towards the Aphelios. They've actually opted for Aphelios more than the Ezreal. We've had kind of teams that are very clear and they prefer Ezreal or Aphelios. huanfeng's already played the Aphelios 4 times, so... But I do like the Ezreal pick. It also opens up for a Yuumi on the second rotation, which of course is very strong.
We also know that huanfeng last year when he made his debut was looked at as an Ezreal player heavily too, when the meta wasn't always towards it.
He was a bit of an Ezreal player, right? He played it a few times, did have some hype clips, but I'd still say he definitely was more geared towards these champions that could really... I don't want to say that could take over the game like Aphelios, because he's pretty much the only one that fits that category. Very standard red 1-2 for IG, though.
Yeah, Trundle and LPL as usual. SofM, he's a big Lee Sin player. Wouldn't be surprised to see him lock that one in.
And yeah, look, see, they're already building towards this type of poke comp, and you know what actually shuts us down very good would be if Rookie can pull out something like a Twisted Fate.
Okay.
Twisted Fate's ultimate just does so well against poke comps. You have a pretty easy laning phase against the Zoe as well, but that doesn't seem very Rookie-esque, I'd say.
They've taken away the Syndra from him, Syndra being a big pick.
You could also just take Thresh here. Thresh has still been left open. Does very well with the Aphelios. You ban out Blitzcrank in the second rotation, and there's really no bad matchups left.
Also remember talking about SwordArt with this fresh pick, but instead it's going to be the Nautilus taken for Southwind with the option available for Suning.
So back in spring, Southwind was pretty much just a one-trick Braum in my mind, which is another reason why IG have probably fallen out of favor since teams have stopped doing that, since you realize Bard, Yuumi, even Lulu, you know, globally, picks that do very well into Braum. Not been much of a big playmaking support. Maybe that's something we need to see out of Southwind this year to kind of take the pressure off of Rookie.
Because he was the lead in that bottom lane. It was always about Southwind rather than Puff, with Puff getting carried behind his support. So you've now taken away other options for the other support in SwordArt. No Yuumi available to pair on top of the Ezreal.
I'd expect the other ban here is probably the Karma, which, you know, you do still have decent pressure on with the Nautilus from the kill threat, but banning out the Bard, it has actually been SwordArt's most played this split. He's played 4 games of Bard, which, you know, people might think, oh, most played, there haven't been that many series. Suning have already played 3 series, so they've played a ton of games, actually.
And you said before, we haven't looked at SwordArt as a Bard player, right? So
no, SwordArt historically throughout his career has never been about the Bard, really been a huge Thresh and Alistar player back in the LMS. Obviously, Alistar not meta, but never gone towards this pick.
Pressures, though. Twisted Fate going to be taken away. To your earlier point of Rookie picking something that could influence the map. He doesn't have LeBlanc either. The neutralizing lane now looked at.
Yeah, Rookie, even in solo queue, Rookie's been playing a ton of Jayce, Syndra, and Zoe, so obviously 2 of those are off the table. They still can opt into a Jayce and actually flex that. Would be kind of weird because you're going up against a poke comp, so picking less efficient poke. Yeah, so picking up the Orianna will go. You don't really have anyone to combo with, no ball delivery system. I guess Nautilus in a sense, but Rookie's always just been so good on the champion, you don't necessarily need that with him.
We've seen a lot of it in the LEC. We're actually talking about this before broadcast, but here in the LPL, Orianna doesn't come around as much as you'd think. So for Rookie, speciality with one of the replays we saw, while on the side of Suning, starting to build up some of this engage with the flex potential of the Sett. Let's be honest, we haven't seen Sett in a solo lane that much.
Yeah, I expect it to go into the support role and then Bin probably going to pull out something new. He could still go towards that Renekton. He has played the Aatrox twice, but Wukong has really been his go-to pick. You would want something maybe with a bit of disengage, but really in this meta we don't have top lanes with disengage unless you want to go with the Phase Rust Gragas, which has been huge in solo queue, but hasn't made its way onto stage.
Yeah, not yet. We'll see. I know you guys, you color cast have been talking about that a little bit. The Aatrox, sorry to disappoint guys, will be the final lock-in to round out Suning, which have a pretty standard draft. While for Invictus Gaming, hovering around the possibility of TheShy's Jayce once again.
So,
mid lane win game.
TheShy in solo queue has only been playing Jayce and 80 carries. Also plays Akali into Camille, which, you know, is a counter matchup.
Yep.
So TheShy always going to go towards something that is more comfortable. On the side of Suning, we do have this comp that has a lot more aspects of a poke comp, but is also very brawly, can get in there and skirmish with the Aatrox in the Sett. Obviously, no reliable engage, so it's going to be very reliant on flanks.
It's like vision for IG is going to be a bit of priority. We'll come back to Suning, because for Invictus Gaming, you've got a measure of both here, right? You got Jayce in the top lane for TheShy, but all round, great all-in potential.
Your only real all-in is at Nautilus, right? So that's actually going to be the difficult thing is how are you going to lock down Angel or Huanfeng going into this game? Obviously, you do have a ton of scaling on that side, though, with the Aphelios, the Trundle, the Orianna. So for IG, it's going to be all about the later stages of the game, but even then, can you get on Suning's comp?
I mean, coming into this segment, coming into this matchup, we talked about what IG need to do while Rookie is carrying the team and has been, feels like for a while now. TheShy needs to perform better. He's on a pick that needs to perform the lane and then move around the rest of Invictus game.
You actually don't really want to move around. We do want to see Ning play towards the top side, but just get Jayce at advantage, let him start taking down plates and then snowballing into the mid stages of the game. Obviously, IG's draft and their playstyle have always just been about getting favorable lane matchups.
Let me just reiterate. Maybe TheShy just needs not to die as much as he's been doing. Simple?
I feel like when you're put on this Jayce, just not dying isn't enough. Like, let's say he goes even in this matchup, going into the mid stage of the game, he's just going to be, kind of a nicer minion.
I feel like I've set a pretty low bar here. We'll run into Summoner's Rift for IG Suning. Remember in spring, this one was bloody and TheShy put on a masterclass, even on something like the Ornn. Now on the Jayce, we're looking at Invictus Gaming with very critical minds. A team that's already started off the split 0-1 by getting pummeled by Team WE. Suning, 2-1 start. They've played a lot of series, but they've come rolling here towards the top of the standings. And as now we're on to Summoner's Rift, we're going to see if this matchup is weighed in Suning's favor or if IG can find that resurgence to kick off their split.
I really want to see...
SwordArt. Okay, he's of course going to start the phase breaker here. Puff won't have to flash yet, but it is phase rush and a bit of damage on top of Puff, who won't really be able to back here at this point, but it's going to do it anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong quite a lot here today already. Now, runes, anything that interests you, Lyric?
No, everything's pretty standard, especially since we've started to see more Zoes go towards that.
Unsealed Spellbook.
Unsealed, thank you so much.
Dude, it's a rough start, dude. I was talking about Jayce grouping, forgetting names of Unsealed Spellbook. That's okay. It's our first game. We haven't been together for a while, have we?
It has been.
How long's it been? At least 2 days?
It's been quite a long time. I mean, we didn't cast yesterday. We didn't cast on Wednesday.
When did we cast last?
Tuesday.
Hey, that's at least a week.
I want to see what Ning ends up doing here because you could look for like a level 2 gank mid, try to get that flash blown from Angel, and then have Rookie pretty much control the lane for the next 5 minutes. Or is he going to go, looks like a single target clear, which will bring him back towards the top side because, again, you really want to start influencing this top lane matchup.
I mean, we'll get spotted out if he goes anywhere past those single buffs as well. Note that there is an early ward put down towards bottom side river. None from IG. Defensive ward up towards the top side to see if SofM goes for an invade now. SofM as a jungler, very aggressive, very targeted towards getting a bit of a power clear and getting his own lead.
Yeah, but instead he's actually going to full clear as the Lee Sin, so not feeling any...
Yeah, I know you're looking for a trade here. Just an auto attack in the end, half health each. As Unsealed Spellbook both as a flash forward on top of Puff. Heal has to be burnt. The Haymaker, I believe, a bit short there after the Ignite, and Puff will survive.
SwordArt playing so well, though, and I had a lot of question arts from SwordArt. SwordArt's still going.
I think, was Ning spotted out? Maybe not. Huanfeng left out here. He's going to walk back to lane.
But he's in a really awkward position, actually. Yeah. Even Lee Sin's nearby.
And so because Ning's down there, they don't spot out SwordArt making the roam. Remember, Facebreaker is there. Angel with a Sleepy Trouble Bubble needs to hit, but instead, the damage comes out of this Sett support while Flash burnt in the bottom lane. That was awkward in both lanes.
Yeah, so they opt into having SwordArt go for the roam when the lane state isn't that good. But still, you're an Ezreal, so you can play back in the lane. So it's a bit of a misstep from Huanfeng. And I don't know, that was really interesting from Ning. Didn't amount to anything.
As we're looking towards the top side now, TheShy gets low. Not really enough mana to follow forward, but he does his combo and bin heals up. TheShy at 1/4 health.
I mean, this matchup is Jayce favored. Obviously, early on, you are ranged against melee matchup. It is another reason you take the phase rush, because obviously, if Aatrox can all in you, he can come out ahead, but that was really just TheShy, misstepping and getting hit by absolutely everything Aatrox has to offer.
Again, follows the story of what TheShy is now versus what he was. Top lane CS even here as SofM's down towards the bottom side. Gonna be spotted out here, I believe, Lyric, because Puff is really far up in this lane. Has to grab at him, but no, they're not going to commit. SwordArt used his flash earlier.
SofM missed his Sonic Wave as well.
Okay. And
actually, moving back towards the top side, we can see that IG, once again, just hard playing for TheShy, does recall, buys the call and immediately TPs back to lane, so he's going to have a slight item advantage now. Of course, he's going to have 3 corrupting pots, no pots on the side of Bin, so this is where we need to start seeing an advantage built.
Also remember there's biscuits there as well, just to add insult to injury. Ning sticking around on this top side does put a ward towards the top side river. Excuse me, it's actually a Scuttle Crab. Now that SofM is here as well, level 4 Lee Sin, positioning around that shadow opportunity for that top lane.
Yeah, I want to see Ning go up, do his Krugs, and then shadow topside, see TheShy get down his control ward, and then, again, start playing aggressively for these plates, and maybe even Ning come for a gank because it does look like the wave's going to push into TheShy. It's actually thinning it out, so probably not, actually.
A very stable early game for a team like IG, Luke.
Stable's a good word, but it's definitely been a very eventful early game, especially from what we've seen from SwordArt.
I'm still sticking with stable, though. You're right about eventful. Notice that those summoners towards the bottom side we saw burnt are still on a bit of a cooldown there with Ignite for SwordArt, but we're focusing towards SofM, who's going to go towards a jungle that is completely empty. Ning is also backing away. Just gets the control ward down, walks away through mid, and a bit towards the bottom side to clear instead.
Overall, I feel like you're fine if you're IG with how the early game's gone so far, right? We've already talked about it. Orianna, Aphelios coming in, the Trundle as well.
What needs to get rolling here? Where is the momentum need to be shifting? Or rather, who needs to start this early to mid-game off with a bit of a snowball, sir?
I want to see Suning start playing around their strong pick potential from mid-jungle to try to translate that into some pressure on an objective.
Okay. As you've seen already, Angel, if we're talking about mid-jungle, or at least just this mid laner, Angel has to shove in, but IG, meanwhile, with the bottom side push that came through Puff and Southwind, will start the Dragon Infernal to kick us off, but I don't think this is going to go blindly through. As speaking of blind, in SofM goes, but it is taken away. No steal for you. Ignite down, flash over, chop for first blood. Teleport being used here by Rookie as well, but that'll just get him back to lane, and that's a net win for IG.
And that was pretty disappointing on the side of Suning, though, because Angel had full priority in mid lane. We obviously saw that Suning's bot lane was able to follow. Had Angel moved a bit earlier, they coordinated that a bit better. I actually feel like that could have been a pretty good skirmish for the side of Suning.
And he had Angel who's level 6 as well for the range advantage, but instead they go quietly into the night as Troll Bubble's going to miss here once again. Rookie does have the Shockwave available. Angel, not much in the mana bar.
He's probably just going to push and then look to recall. Is going for these aggressive trades now.
But Southwind's here. He's made the roam. Shockwave comes through, but Ignite is down as well. Zoe has the heal. Flash away by Rookie. Southwind, does he have the damage as a support right here? Needs a dredge line to pull back in Angel, but the minion wave coming forward. Rookie low enough as it is.
Still very close from Angel. I think SofM might just be able to come and find this. Yeah,
he's got positional advantage here. Rookie still low, not in a minion wave to take, but he misses the Sonic Wave. Cripple to find its mark, but Southwind still with the re-engages. Ning gets a great pillar. Flash burnt by Angel, and Rookie gets the kill. Suning making some big mistakes here.
And that's twice this game with SofM missing the critical cues, and IG just finding themselves in a much better position than we set up for them this game.
Because the one thing is, if you talk about Invictus Gaming, if you want to pile on these high-risk, high-reward situations, in the past, IG have always been the team that'll take that trade.
Yeah, they've always been happy to do that. And Rookie getting a bit, I don't want to say outplayed, because just Zoe, doing Zoe things, picking up those nice summoner spells and out-trading quite well, which, going back to spring, I don't know if you remember, we have that famous Rookie clip of him solo killing Angel. Rookie was on the Jayce, Angel was on the Zoe. And yeah, here we just see SofM come in, tries to land that Sonic Wave, of course, misses. Ning does come in time. Angel has no mana left. SofM already burned every cooldown. Southwind flashing in, and the W coming out from Rookie securing the kill.
That was kind of nice. That was like near perfect timing as well. So props here to the mid laner and the combination of Southwind roaming up to the mid lane. He's been everywhere so far in this early game. Now currently around that Rift Herald, which is being started by SofM. The ward's been put down, but Ning doesn't look like he wants to go there just yet.
It's also pretty awkward because Suning's bot lane is coming off of a base, so you don't know where they are as IG. But obviously Puff was just in the bot lane, so you don't want to risk a numbers advantage fight.
Especially not with Bin joining this and making this a little bit quicker. So this is going to be Rift Herald, first one of the game, or should I say series, going over to Suning, as huanfeng has made the trade up as well. Looks like we're committing to changing lanes on the side of Suning.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we just have TheShy picking up the serrated Dirk, so this is where he'd start being able to bully in the straight 1v1, but Suning finding a way around that.
for now at the very least. You're talking about the mid-jungle 2v2 here for Suning before. Now that it's been influenced with the gank through the mid lane and the change of lanes, what happens next?
To be honest, when you do have the Orianna Trundle, right, that's not much of a mid-jungle 2v2 on their side. And now that SofM has picked up this Herald, I feel like it's just going to be about getting plates onto your Ezreal.
Got to pause there for a second. SwordArt gets phase rush, can't get onto the TheShy. Paying a bit of respect here, while IG towards the bottom side, they'll be able to get a turret plating or two. But you mentioned the Rift Herald before. It's obviously going to be much quicker with the Bulwark bonus.
Still, even going back to that initial base coming out from Suning's bot lane, huanfeng ended up missing a bunch of CS on the bot side to where IG's bot lane has obviously missed out on none, and they should probably still be the ones to pick up first turret.
As SwordArt narrowly misses out there. Kick back into the turret here. Sonic Wave, good little face breaker as SwordArt gets jumped on as well. Hammered back, but the TheShy can't make that outplay happen. It will be first turret blood here to the side of IG's bottom lane. But you look top, you look at the kill with Rift Herald now placed down.
The disappointing thing is, had the TheShy just been a bit more patient, Southwind was going to come. So obviously the TheShy just having confidence in an outplay, hoping that he can stop them from getting the turret down low enough to take it. And even with him dying, we're in that scenario. So the TheShy just giving over a free kill.
Yep, he's going to come back in about 2 seconds now. Southwind does deny the Rift Herald and teleport. Going to be used by the Jayce. So first turret wasn't actually achieved, or rather a trade in turret by Suning.
Interesting because the TheShy actually bought an Executioner's Calling, refunded it, and then picked up the Call Field. So instead just wanted to get closer to that first item power spike.
Note as well that IG, 2k gold ahead on the top of your screen at 10 minutes. Ocean's coming up in about 20 seconds, but considering that Suning are backing here, that you can see everyone rotating down to the bottom side, looks like IG have priority.
It's actually strange because with the fact that he did just finish that call fields, went back up top, he used his teleport. So Suning could have said, hey, you've committed this man to topside. We're just going to 5-man dragon, look for this play. They decide not to. And like you said, if IG wanted to, they could have already started this Drake.
And look, they're heading towards it now. Rookie actually pushes out the wave, gets turret plating as well. SwordArt going to be spotted out on the top side. So committing to the dive / the first turret take for Suning, meanwhile sacrificing quite a lot.
And IG going to be making their way towards the Mountain Soul. Of course, that's just going to be nice up against the poke coming out from the side of Suning.
All right, Bin's pretty tanky. As inner turret going to be contested. Ning is walking down towards the bottom side, but Rookie's backing. And at this point, just a bit of damage on the turret seems to be all you can get, while for Suning, they finally get that topside turret themselves. The wave is crashing in. Suning committing towards the top side with assistance pings coming down.
I expect them to just rotate towards mid. Rookie coming from base. I feel like they can deduce that he's going to go cover the TheShy.
I hate this champion. I hate this champion so much.
I feel like the audience knows how much you hate this champion because you make it very known every time we cast
I'm pretty subtle about it. You got to be joking, mate. I'm a fair guy. He's actually 20 CS up in that bottom lane, as a side note. Heading towards that Infinity Edge, pretty damn close, versus the Manamune and the Sheen already picked up by huanfeng. So that kill makes it pretty even for 80 carry versus 80 carry.
And looking towards mid, Rookie already having the Luden's Echo to where Angel's still only sitting on those components.
We don't normally see the Luden's Echo anymore. It's more about the hose coming through, but I guess Shockwave in second to come through. Angel, is he going to get solo killed? No, he flashes away. The command dissonance almost finds its mark, and once again, Angel getting PTSD.
Two really close solo kills this game from both mid laners, and Angel's actually had a bit of a quieter split so far, right? He's kind of struggled in lane, which I'd say last week we did see SofM put a bit more emphasis on mid lane, to where this week we've seen him look towards top, and no really stand-out games coming out from Angel other than his one game on the castle.
Strange, because the dynamic was very different as SofM chunked once. We just keep looking back towards mid lane because IG, being 3k gold ahead, find turret plate after turret plate. Look at the TheShy in the top lane as the engage comes through. The kick onto Pup, but SofM gets low. Over the wall, they'll find the engage on top of Pup, but a good dredge line to come through as the Sett ulti with the face breaker into the backline. Suning may have found Pup, but they've committed so much to an 80 carry they can't kill. Rookie over the wall expends the last of his mana to do some dirty damage. And Suning once again lose the trade.
And let's remember, IG's comp is completely okay with this. They have a lot of AoE damage coming out from Pup and Rookie, but they don't have consistent engage. So if Suning are the ones running into them, that feels great for IG.
So much burnt to find the most fed member on Summoner's Rift, and Puff survives. You see his gold towards the left-hand side of your screen. A 1-0 AD carry with Infinity Edge leading the charge alongside TheShy, surprisingly enough.
Also going to be really rough for the side of Suning because, again, this more like pseudo-poke composition is a lot more of a tempo-based comp. You need to be able to move first, get the vision down, get on the objective first to lay down that poke. And Jayce is always going to be able to outpush Aatrox in a side wave. Orianna able to instantly clear waves. And SofM looking for it. Does get chunked real low. I like the confidence coming out from Bin, but once again, IG's composition loves when Suning are the ones running into them. Even Angel getting very close. Puff surviving by, you know, just the edge of a knife. And
Southwind too.
Yeah, both of them get out alive, and they do pick up one kill, and they're the ones on the way to Dragon Soul.
Eyes to the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. It's only 1-3, and you might say it's an IG game. Why aren't there more kills? Well, IG have been dominating through these lanes, almost up 5,000 gold at 15 minutes. Now pushing into the enemy jungle with the Rift Herald sitting there as SofM will get the kick back. SwordArt has to make his way over to this jungle, but Ning can just walk past the turret. Now it's about Suning finding the re-engage.
Ooh, but IG's here, actually.
They don't find SwordArt. Important face breaker coming up as Puff walking away. Ning, they're just going to accept he's dead at this point. Against the wall, and the kill does go over to the Lee Sin, so probably not the most optimal, but Suning do find the jungler.
Rookie and TheShy were in the mid lane, but this actually should translate to IG picking up a mid lane turret. Still, though, Suning will be able to start Herald.
Yep.
So hopefully should be able to theoretically get that gold in return somewhere else later on.
Curious if IG are able to set up off the mountain in 40 seconds from this.
Ning is going to be alive, so the fact that Suning are on the top side now, everyone from IG can just come from base, get that vision set up for the Drake, and
look at the bottom right-hand of your screen, 1,900 gold. They almost picked up 15 bits of turret plating. It has been a while since we've seen a number that close.
It is a bit like the fact that we're at 5K at 16 minutes. This is very reminiscent of spring regular split IG.
It's a much cleaner Invictus gaming. Granted, there were some, you know, moments up towards the top side with TheShy where he picked up that death when it was meant to be a cleaner trade. We're seeing an Invictus gaming that are heightened here in Game 1.
Yeah, I would say earlier on we would have liked to see SofM and Angel look more for the mid-jungle 2v2 and move that up towards the top lane and try to punish TheShy.
But SwordArt walking into the enemy territory. It's not his anymore. The showstopper into the backline, but dead. Dissonance again. Rookie level 11. He's already used a shockwave, but the damage that comes out of this IG roster is massive right now. Another member bites the dust in Bin as Graviton finds its mark. IG with 2 more. The mountain was theirs before. It definitely is now.
Yeah, IG are just so far ahead, having that one Infernal, and then, of course, having those item advantages from being 6K up. So easy to get these fights, especially once again, SwordArt is the one trying to find the pick onto IG.
SofM just gets solo killed by TheShy. The camera didn't have time for that one.
I mean, we look at SofM's build. He only has a jungle item, hasn't even finished his next item, his Black Cleaver, compared to TheShy, who is sitting on his Ghost Blade as well as one serrated Dirk. So
this is a spanking. This is an IG spanking that, let's be real, coming into this series, we didn't expect IG to perform like this.
IG is so confusing, right? Because we talked about this, like you said, we filmed an episode of The Last Hit, and they're such a hard team to gauge because they obviously have the players that have had the high highs in the past to where it's hard to criticize their style, which, again, I'd say if you show any analyst or coach, they're going to say, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is not how you play League of Legends.
Yep.
But when it's been done successfully, it's so hard to criticize, and they could show up on any day. Even if maybe you can look at Suning and say, hey, they could have done X, Y, and Z better.
I know you're talking a lot about that mid-jungle 2v2. But
which, to be fair, early on in the lane, right, Trundle does have a strong levels 1 through 3 against the Lee Sin, so you actually do have the priority there, but once SofM does hit that level 5 and level 6 mark, that's when I'd love to see Angel just use it, throw out a paddle star, clear out the wave, and put some threat onto TheShy.
But we never got there. I mean, Southwind was constantly hovering around mid and top when he hit that 4, 5, 6 mark. So it's been a really good game from Southwind. He's got the 3 assists to boot to add a bit of insult to injury against Suning. We're keeping track of those dragons because for now, we've got 3 minutes 45 to wait before the Mountain Soul comes up. But IG with a 6K gold lead, hovering around vision, and Southwind says go. Pillar against the wall, Bin can't escape. Rookie with 3 kills this game, and again, leading the charge. This huanfeng has to pay respect to this massive Orianna.
IG right now just being so decisive. They actually might find more. Because SwordArt and SofM are in a really awkward position.
That was setting up for the flank before, but Bin just got caught out first with the flash in hand as Puff's going to pick up the turret on top of that.
But look at TheShy. Yeah, I'm glad the camera shows him. Just taking that inhibitor turret in the bot side for free. Bin's still dead, so realistically there is no way Suning can answer.
But TheShy, whoa, as he misses that one onto huanfeng. If he hits with the 2 lethality items plus a tier, that Jayce is going to pretty much one-shot you at this point.
Going back to the early game, I also really like the way TheShy and Ning played out the early laning phase. Yeah. Ning going for that single target clear. Lee Sin, realistically not a jungler that's going to be able to gank you at level 2, and then just shadowing for TheShy to get that early reset, TP back, get that control ward placed, having that safety to play out the lane the way he wanted.
You talked about an early laning phase. That's been the problem for TheShy. First 15 minutes of the game have been atrocious for him in that top lane.
It has, and even this game we saw him kind of losing out on some early trades, but didn't matter. Again, got the recall, came back with the item advantage, and was able to get in a good place once he started getting those lethality items to where he could abuse Bin, but we actually haven't even really seen him lane against Bin. Bin has been avoiding him pretty much this whole game.
Because at this point, you see the 30 CS lead, you see the item disadvantage that Bin's at. Clearing out, backing away, because right now that's all Suning can do, as IG are constantly waiting in the shadows of the rift. And Suning, as they should be, scared to walk out.
Right now, IG, their composition is very straightforward, right? They need these 5v5 team fights. It's going to be all about neutral objectives.
As Pillar's going to land here, Angel against a wall, flashes away from the dissonance. That's half health off one small combo from Rookie. Baron's there, remember. And Suning might have to keep checking this one because Vision's getting cleared out.
And that was just kind of a facepalm moment coming up from Suning where Angel's waiting in that brush for so long, and they end up, control warding it after he gets pillared and has to blow the flash.
There's trouble going to land. That means nothing at this point, though. Suning do have some defensive vision, but now Baron is completely cleared away. IG moving in the skirts here as here's the Sonic Wave, isn't resonating strike. Rookie over the wall, but he survives. Shockwave gets SofM, and that's the blunder. Over the wall, IG are too damn far forward. As never mind, because Ning is so tanky. TheShy walking forward yet again. Bin takes a shock blast without the acceleration gate as Ning cleans up the rest. 2 more kills, IG survive, and this could just be the nail in the coffin.
And Ning's having a really good game coming into this series. We said Ning was the player that really needs to step up and can make or break IG. We know what their bot lane's going to do. We know Rookie's going to play well, but on the side of IG, it is all about this jungler. He's doing so good, and even the shot calling really being on point from IG this game.
It's been a clean game 1 for Invictus Gaming. I didn't expect IG to go up from their very first series. As we look back at this again, and SofM thought he found Rookie.
Yeah, SofM has been the one trying to find a lot of these engages. Goes in, Rookie flashes away. They burst him down instantly. Ning knows he has the damage to go in. SwordArt really does nothing to him, and just that ultimate coming out, finishing Angel off is absolutely beautiful.
Subjugate and red buff combined do a bit of a bucket load here for this press the attack Trundle. He's 2 levels over SofM, and coming back to your point about Ning, he has been the better jungler this game. He has been on point, and now showing it here with Mountain Soul on the horizon. Going to be hard for Suning to stop this one.
Yeah, maybe if you're Suning, you just look for a steal, but
yeah, there's a flash. huanfeng tries the Arcane Shift away as the Shockwave comes in, and there you go. Mountain Soul, unless SofM can steal this.
You have the execute on your Q. It is always a 50-50, but you're not going to get that Q, so should just be an IG Dragon, but they're taking it very patiently.
They are. They're waiting for Suning to overstep, and that Shock Blast says, SofM, I dare you.
And they just keep going, and yeah, I like this. Just block it as Southwind. They secure the Dragon. Rookie posturing so far forward aggressively, and now they just have to go back to the setup they have TheShy push out a side lane. The other group up is 4. You can have TheShy even just solo push one lane, rotate over, lay down that shockwave.
I mean, at this point, it might not even matter because he's teleporting in, and Invictus Gaming love to fight. They're going to show us how. Over the wall, SofM looking for escape, but he's dead while we look back to Bin, who's just getting pummeled against the wall. Running away, that's what he'll do. But IG group is 5, and they say the bottom turret is how we'll end this game.
They actually might even just be able to keep going. They're definitely tanky enough to try and dive these Nexus turrets if they want.
Inhibitor goes down. Shockwave is the first blunder of the game, but it doesn't really matter at this point. He still does so much damage. Nexus turret's the focus, and SwordArt needs one hell of an engagement. Never mind, your mid lane is dead. Angel back to the fountain as Bin and huanfeng watch in awe as Invictus Gaming finally show us what we saw in spring. The team that dominates the early game and shuts you up before you can have anything to say about it. Game 1 in the bag, SofM onto Rookie, but he's dead by Puff. The Nexus theirs, 12-2, a 24 minutes.